Hi friends, welcome back. I am Terry T with Old Soul Factory and welcome to this week's video. This week we've got a lot of small things happening, so I wanted to do more of a vlog style video because I haven't actually done one of those in a while. They used to be the only kinds of videos I felt like I posted, but you guys said you really liked the sit down and just chat with me kind of videos, so I've been trying to do more of those. But this week, I just have a lot of things going on different days, so I kind of wanted to vlog a little bit, catch you up on everything, and just talk about it all. So a few things that we will be going over in this video is I got some new yarns, a huge yarn haul sponsored by Stacy Makes over here on YouTube. It is insane. I can't wait. I gotta show you some behind the scenes of the unboxing and stuff and putting it away, but I will tell you all about what we got. And then I started this crochet upcycle wearable thing that I kind of want to give some updates on as well. I'm hoping I can finish it today though. So hopefully we can come back later this evening and have like a finished update, little try on together. And then I've just been crocheting a lot lately. I feel like the last few weeks I've done more than I usually do in a week, which is great. And I love that because like I said, I have lots of markets in the fall coming up, but I also want to just take this week to focus on some more fun things, some patterns that I've had on my list for a little while now that I just haven't quite gotten around to, or I didn't have the right yarns for it, and now that we have a huge yarn haul, we have lots of yarns to pick from. So as mentioned, the very first thing that I want to go over is the new yarn. I am obsessed. I cannot tell you how ecstatic I was to get this yarn in. Gosh, I cannot talk today. Again, Stacy Makes made this happen. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Mom, for helping me make this happen and make it possible and helping me get all of the colors that I needed and everything. But she's also the one that got me addicted to this yarn, okay? So if you watched my crochet retreat video, you know that I tried Elise Veluto yarn in person for the first time. I had seen my mom use this yarn lots of times. Her and April at the Cozy Buckeye have highly recommended this yarn and have gotten quite a few people on the bandwagon, I feel like, and now everybody really likes this yarn. They have a great variety. For the most part, they're very consistent when it comes to their yarn, and their yarn is so incredibly soft. Like, I can't even explain to you how soft it is, but it's also so sturdy and does not shed at all. It is amazing, and I love it so much, and I'm so excited that I have a full stash of it now. So I will put in some clips here of me actually unboxing it, well, unpackaging it, because it looks like it comes in some big questionable packaging, but it's just super like vacuum sealed whenever you get them in. And then you slowly just kind of have to cut away at the wrapping, and it just slowly expands. And as you can see, I'll put the video in here, but as you can see, you can just see it get bigger and bigger and eventually take up almost my whole screen. It's just so funny how that happened, and I loved unboxing it and everything. And then I got to sort them all out by color. So I'm going to flip the camera around here in a little bit, and I'm going to give you a tour of all of the new colors that I got. Also, I'm sorry, it's a rainy day, a great day to crochet, but if you can hear the rain in the background, I apologize because it's storming here in the Midwest this week. Okay, I'm going to use my little gimbal phone, you know, tripod stand thing, so if it seems a little weird, that's why. But I don't use it very often, but it feels very appropriate while I show you all of this, so hopefully you don't get motion sickness from me shaking the stinking camera. So this is my Elise Veluto, these two big shelves, and then along with this one basic shelf over here. But I filled all of this to the best of my ability by color order. Now I know it doesn't look like a lot, but oh my lord, it is absolutely packed in here. There is rows and rows behind this cabinet because this cabinet is, I mean, it is fairly deep, so it is stacked basically too deep on all of these shelves, which is so exciting. There's a great color variety. I definitely need to fill some gaps though. I feel like I need some more maybe oranges. I want to double check and see if they have any more corally colors after getting these colors in. And if you know Elise Veluto, they actually don't even technically have like color names on the actual skein labels, but they do have numbers. So, like, this is 599 for Elise Veluto, but it is, oh my gosh, it's the softest thing ever. Like, imagine the softest blanket possible, like when you go into the store. That's how I feel right now. But We're definitely really good on variety. Like I have almost a light, a medium, and like a darker shade of like just about every color I could possibly need over here. So I feel like maybe there's a few more pinks, a few more oranges or corally colors that can kind of fill a little bit more of the warm spot, because I feel like most of these are cool toned right now. But I definitely have enough browns. Like these are all absolutely gorgeous. This is a great color variety. I feel like they even have some more like neutralish toned grays, or browns. Sorry, I was looking at the grays when I said that, but these are definitely more cool toned grays in their line. I know that's been a problem in the past. I wish they would give us a nice neutral gray in Elise Faludo. And then again, I just have cream, my black, and my white over here on the shelf. So between this, I feel like we've got a great start already. Lots and lots of new colors and yarn to work with. If you have any suggestions or this is inspiring you at all, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to hear what you guys think, because this has just made me the happiest girl in the entire world. I am just so thrilled to have everything cleaned up, organized, and then have this beautiful, beautiful yarn. So I'm going to be selling all of my Sweet Snuggles light that was up here. And I took it all out, bagged it all up, and I've already posted it on Instagram to sell. So hopefully we can get rid of that this week and make a little bit of our money back. Otherwise, I'm just so excited. So now I feel like I can turn on the backlight without giving away exactly what we were going to be going over in the yarn cabinet. But up next, I'm going to show you the wearable that I'm currently working on. I am literally on the last row, I think, before I'm going to try it on for the first time. But I did want to show you guys because I am so excited about this. So I've seen a lot of inspiration and stuff for crochet wearables lately, but I've just come to the conclusion that I'm not a full wearables girly. I'm not a huge fan of wearing a million layers in the first place, and every time you wear a crochet thing, I feel like you gotta wear a million layers underneath them. And so I wanted to find something that was a little bit quicker too, but it still had that crochet flair to it. So I found this really cool YouTube tutorial that's a t-shirt poncho. And so I started making that, and I think I might sew together the sides, but again, we need to try it on first. We need to see how we feel about it. But so I had this old shirt. This is actually my boyfriend's old shirt. He was getting ready to get rid of it, and I was like, I can make that cute, right? And so I took his old band tee shirt that he had, and I started just to turn it into a little poncho. And like I said, that YouTube tutorial shows you everything you need to know. She mentions a special rotary cutter that'll poke holes in it at the perfect distance, like up the sides, to start crocheting into the shirt itself. I did not go out and do all of that because I have a tendency to get hyper fixated on things and buy everything I need for a project like right now. And I just wanted to try it one time first before I got any of the extra materials for once, so I could decide if this would actually be something I maybe want to make more of. But I definitely think I love it so far. So this is my little Metallica poncho t-shirt so far. This side over here closest to me is already done. It's got, I think there's 7 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 rows total that's going to be on each side. This side I'm currently crocheting the little black, as you can see down there in the corner. I just started on it, but I got to match my Lily Sugar and Cream to the graphics on the shirt, which was super fun to try to pick out something that would go with it super well. And I think this is going to be adorable. So like I said, I want to make sure that I go ahead and finish the last side before I try it on at all. And in the video, she left it legitimately like this when she was done. She did not go back, sew up anything. And what I'm trying to decide is if I want to maybe go back through the base rows down here by the fabric and kind of whip stitch them or sew them together at least a little bit up the side so it's not completely open. I feel like personally for me that would make me more comfortable and would make me more likely to actually wear it, since this is going to be my shirt. So I might do that, but if it's going to change how it like lays and stuff, I don't really want to do that. But I don't think it will, since it's already kind of together anyways, and then the edges already kind of flow out. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. But you essentially like poke holes every so often based on your tension, and so you single crochet directly into the fabric to start your starting stitch row, and then you crochet out from that with granny stitch. And I think it's turning out great, and it's been a great time filler as well this week. And something different. Like I said, I've been crocheting a lot of market prep stuff lately, and I think this was exactly what I needed to just kind of do something for myself and just a little self-care project, as some might say. And if you've watched this channel for a while, you know that I have a really bad tendency to start wearables and probably never finish them because I'm just not much of a full wearables girly, like I said. But this, I think I've gotten all of this done, I think 6-ish hours probably from start to finish. And that's with watching the video, making sure I'm doing everything right. I did have to go back and frog a row and redo it because I was starting to run out of one of my colors because I miscalculated. I put 3 rows of one of my colors on one side, and then I weighed the skein and it said that it was still less than half of the skein. So I was like, oh, I can do 3 more rows on the other side, then it'll be fine. I should have plenty. And then I went to do the other side and somehow I ran out. I don't know if my tension was just a little bit looser or if maybe I didn't reset the scale by accident or something when I went to weigh my yarn. I don't know what happened, but I was trying to be responsible for once, and guess what? Didn't work out. So I had to switch some other purpley colors in there and mix them together to kind of still help it blend. And I added just a little bit of regular white in there because it was the variegated purple that I had picked out, and I did not have any more of it. You literally can't tell because I blended it so well, and I made sure that I used every last little scrap that I had of that yarn, so it is completely empty. Like I said, my favorite part though is always picking out colors that like perfectly match, and I just feel like they match perfectly to the graphic on the shirt. So, and this one will have a little bit more sentimental value for myself too, since it is my boyfriend's old shirt too. So that's what I'm going to work on first, just to get it done, out of the way and everything. I do have a few more shirts that I recently picked up, hoping to do the same thing with them, as long as this worked out. But I did get this really cute little hibiscus flower, summery vibe kind of tank top. I thought if I went ahead and bought a tank top too, that I wouldn't have to cut the sleeves off of or measure as much, and maybe I could just attach around where the big sleeves are and then maybe put some kind of like bell sleeve on it or something fun like that. So I also want to try that on a tank top, so I'm going to be doing that. And then I bought another t-shirt from the clearance section as well, a little bit more toned down than the other one, and I just think it's cute. It's giving Noah Kahn vibes, and if you know Noah Kahn and you know me, we're like best friends right now because he just released a new album. So we do have some other fun shirts to play with in the future if I do need like a I need to be doing something kind of project, something to keep my hands busy and keep me out of trouble. It's time to put on the t-shirt poncho for the first time. Let's see how this goes. Pardon me being an absolute mess today, but I think it's really cute. I just put on a regular tank top underneath it. I think in the future I'd probably wear a black one because I feel like this is a little deceiving. But I feel like a black one or one that might match the colors on the sides would be like super fun with this. Or you could even wear a t-shirt because like, especially if you're using an oversized shirt like this, like it is almost like cap sleeved where it's hitting me right now. But I think it's adorable, and you can see like the bottom, I still left all of my ends out. More thrifty, it has more of a homemade vibe, I feel like that. So this is what I plan on doing with the other shirts for the most part. I think that the tank top I got, I'm gonna try to make bell sleeves on it instead of like a t-shirt poncho, but again, I'm gonna be messing with that a lot more in the future. And I also want to show you some more thrifted shirts that I recently got that I also hope to do this with. So let me go grab those really quickly and put my hoodie back on because it is so cold. Okay, I'm gonna try to speed run these for the most part, but I think that all of these would be really cute. Again, I got these from the thrift store though. Like, I think that would be adorable with some pink like sleeves on the side. This one is gonna be so much fun with just some rainbow yarn, I feel like, on the sides, kind of more of a boho vibe. This one's actually like a kid's shirt, but I thought the graphic was really cute, and as long as this neck, which like the neck is literally the same size as like, I believe, an adult small / medium, it could probably fit over my head, honestly, and I usually wear like a medium to a large. But I thought the graphic on it was really cute, and I could match something on it. And again, once you cut the sides off, like, yes, it would be more cropped on somebody like me, but I can either add a length to the bottom, like, afterwards, or I can crochet down past the sides, because you're going to be wearing, like, a tank top underneath it anyways, so just something a little different. And then I found this this Chuck Taylor Converse shirt I thought would be cute with some navy sleeves. I will be keeping this bag in here though for some more wearable projects that we can hopefully do coming up together, but I want to give you an update on the project that I actually started. You've probably seen a couple of clips of it by now because I feel like I've been filming some behind the scenes stuff of it, but I hadn't actually sat down and showed you guys. So if I didn't show the footage, I'll go ahead and show it really quick. And then let me update you on what it looks like for right now. I did attach the front legs so far, but this is a pattern by Mom Stitch Eddie, and it's like Snuggle Triceratops, I believe is what it's called, and it does have a fruit mod in there, so I'm going to be doing a strawberry kind of themed one, which is why I went with the greenish eyes, which, looking at it now, she used burnout yarn, and she used 30mm eyes. I used Sweet Snuggles, so it's much bigger than hers. I probably should have ordered some 35mm eyes because the biggest ones that I had to hand paint were 30s, so I went ahead and made these. They even have some little flowers in there too. You can kind of see them hidden in there. But I think it works for this time, but definitely in the future, I feel like I'm going to want to, you know, put a little bit more into it maybe and find a way to use some bigger eyes, or maybe even try some like really big embroidery eyes or something would be really fun. But I do have the rest of the body to do. I already have the back legs made, and then it crochets into the tail section as well. So, but I've been tackling this in sections so that I can kind of give my wrist a break, because especially after attaching the legs, like, I have to go in circles around and around this thing, and it is absolutely heavy, that is for sure. And especially since I'm starting to try to stuff my plushies to the fullest, the very fullest, without losing the shape, okay? So I'm extra stuffing these guys, so he is very firm, so he's extra heavy because of that. But he'll be a great little snuggle buddy. We'll have to give him a hug check later once we get him done, but I'll probably work on this for a little bit and then might switch gears to some other ideas that I've had recently. But I want to kind of work on bigger things just because I think that that sounds more fun, and we've been doing a lot of keychains and mini stuff lately. So I'll update you on what I end up working on. So I have 3 things to update you on right now. First off, I finished the dinosaur, the strawberry dinosaur, so I want to show you this, okay? And it is huge. This might be the biggest plushie I have made to date, honestly. This thing is so freaking adorable. So stinking cute. I love it. It turned out so cute with its little strawberry horns and its little frill. And then this body, I mean, this thing is the most huggable, sturdy little cuddle pal ever. This thing is so stinking cute. I can't get over it. And I love how perfect the eyes are with it. And yes, I know that the eyes are lighter than the green that is on the strawberries, but after I put in the eyes and I got to the part where the strawberries needed to be made, because you do that afterwards, because you can do regular horns or the strawberry horns, and Mom Stitchetti's pattern for this, but I realized that the bright green and this color were not going to go super well together in my opinion, so I kind of switched things up. But I think the green eyes definitely still match because they still got, you know, a little bit of a dark undertone, and I feel like they stand out a little bit here and there. So I love how this turned out. This is exactly what I needed for my next market. This thing is massive, and the biggest round I think was like 36 stitches, so like realistically I could totally make this in burnout and it really would not take that long, but making it in Sweet Snuggles was a chore. And as you probably saw in the clips, like trying to finish it and like do the tail, I had to like literally pick it up and put it back down to like finish the tail section. It was insane, but it turned out beautifully. I love the color choices at the end. Hopefully this will find its next home at our next market. I would like to say that I followed the pattern exactly, except for 2 things. First off, these front legs are 1 row shorter than the back legs. I don't even think you'd be able to notice, honestly, but whenever I made the legs, I got to the 3rd one and I accidentally made it 1 row shorter because I was slightly distracted apparently. So I made the 4th one also 1 row shorter. That way that the front 2 would match, and it still works out perfectly. I mean, it still sits perfectly fine and everything. And then the frill itself, I, again, was slightly distracted. And I was following the pattern, I thought, but apparently I had missed a step to color change back to the accent color for the outside row. And I noticed this and I was like, but her frill just looked taller than after, you know, I finished the white. But then we continued and I never came back to it, and I was like, oh man, yeah, I went back and I reread it, and I was definitely supposed to color change for the 2nd row on the frill to the accent color, but I still think it turned out really cute. I just went back and I slip stitched across the top with my accent color, and honestly it's pretty cool because on the back side it turns out really neat too. It gives it like this little line. So I think in the future, if I wanted to make like a watermelon one or something too, this would be a cool idea, just to like have that little white piece, but you could still kind of have the green around the edges or something. I don't know, it would be cool to do it the other way around because I slip stitched starting with the front facing me and I got the perfect edge, but it would be cool to do it again with it facing away from me and doing that so that this side ended up on the front, because I think that that looks really neat too. Anyways, I am gonna put this guy down. He is, again, huge. I mean, I am a fairly tall person and this thing is just about as tall as my torso. I don't have a tall torso, but for now it's gonna go into the body bags until we tag him. So just a cute display item. Since I have sold some more of my bigger things lately, I thought I'd make something big and fun. This I think might be the biggest project I've made to date, and I don't know what I'm gonna price it at yet. I need to sit back down and look back at my footage and stuff and see how long it took me from each night, because usually when I sit down and I do a project, I feel like for the most part I get it done in one day. But since it was Sweet Snuggles and it was a big hook size and it was a lot of wrist work too, I kind of broke it up into different days. One day I did the legs, the next day I started the face and got to the frill part, the next day I did half the body, and then yesterday I finished it. So there was a lot of steps in between, but I did give myself a little bit of breaks and I've been stretching a bit more and stuff, especially being back on a computer for my job as well. I've been being very conscious of stretching my wrists and my hands as well. The next pattern that I decided to start to make after I finished the dino is a really fun, really cute one. And like I said, I did get Elise yarn, so I really wanted to try out some more of my Elise yarn this week. And needless to say, this person's patterns never miss. They are so cute. So me and April did a small little pattern exchange, and so I sent her my Teak and Talon turtle patterns, my little bitty ones, and my hibiscus turtle, and she sent me her Haze the Hedgehog. So I started him. I've got his little face made. I just love his cute little nose. It's gonna be so cute when I get the little embroidery and the eyes and everything on there. He is gonna be really adorable, and I can't wait. So I started him, and I got out my yarns for that. I was originally going to do it in a burlap yarn with like some faux fur yarn, but after doing that big project, I was like, my wrists need a break. I need to work with some normal kind of yarn, and I think that this is literally the exact yarn colors that she used, so I think this will turn out beautifully just like her pictures do. So I'm really excited about this, so I will be working on that today as well. And then the last thing that I started, so if you follow Little Miss Stacy Makes over here on YouTube, that happens to be my mother, okay, but we both do YouTube, we do all of our markets together and everything. But she has a Patreon where she sells a lot of safety eyes and gives away a lot of patterns for free and those kinds of things, and it's super fun. And so I've been trying to branch out and kind of explore some more creators and stuff. So I've been spending a lot more time on Patreon, just kind of seeing what it's like and, you know, supporting other creators out there. And contemplating maybe starting my own. I don't know yet. It does seem like a lot, but again, I did switch to a part-time job, so I would have more time for this. So maybe like a free patterns club, a free safety eyes club, like subscription, and then a like creator subscription where you'd get both. I think that would be so much fun, and it'd be really fun to like curate eyes for the patterns themselves a little bit too. So like I just released my hibiscus turtle pattern, so it'd be really fun to make some like flowery like themed eyes and stuff to release with that pattern as well. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know down below, and maybe I'll have to look into it a little bit more and figure it out. But anyways, on Patreon, Stacy Makes just listed a market prep goal tracker, and I had been looking to find something like this, and this is the perfect tool for just about any crocheter to help them set a goal and see it, you know, happen over time. Because for me personally, I am really bad about picking what patterns to work on. I'm really bad about keeping track of what I have done, because once it gets done, it usually gets put into a bag and it gets put away until I need to get it back out to tag it. And so that's a whole thing. But this will literally tell you exactly how many things you need to finish a day. When you get to put in your own due dates, your own start times, it tells you how many days are left, it tells you how many items are left, it tells you like literally what percentage you have complete to hit your goal. This is an amazing tool. I love this so much. I think that I'm gonna keep filling it out this morning as I just get warmed up for the day. And when I say warmed up, I literally mean warmed up, because here in the Midwest, I can't believe it, it's May 1st already, and it is like 50 degrees outside. I don't think it's been this cold in May in quite a while, but it's just really cold, and I refuse to turn on my heat for a couple days when it gets really cold. So I'm currently working on that, just filling in a lot of at least the basics or staples that I usually do, just to try to get all of that stuff kind of marked off and get a good idea of how much time it'll at least take to make a lot of the basic stuff that I want to make. And then I'm probably going to put in some more general things. Like right now I have like some specific mini items listed, and then for big items, I don't usually make like the same items a lot of times. Like obviously with the strawberry dino, I'm probably not going to make it again, so like counting that again on a spreadsheet does make a lot of sense. So I think what I'm going to do is at least go through and decide how many more of each size category or price category I'm going to need, so I can at least put that on there as well. That way it'll give me a better estimation of how many things I kind of need to start getting done. But this is just to help me push towards my market prepping goals, because we do have a lot of markets in the fall time, and it gets pretty crazy, and it's just, it can be overwhelming not knowing where to start, and it'll be nice to pull this up and at least get to mark off even and see that I'm a little bit closer to my goals and everything. So I'm really excited about the spreadsheet. You can go download it for free off of her Patreon and go check her out. And then I lied. I actually have 4 things to talk about. And I got into a pattern test for some Animal Crossing keychains. So I need to go make the Animal Crossing leaf and then maybe try some of the others out as well while I'm in there. So we're going to do office work for a little bit, then we're going to crochet this hedgehog and get this pattern test done and out of the way and take pictures outside while it's nice and bright outside this morning, and we're going to just chill. Today is, again, my Friday. It's my day off, and I'm really just, I feel like I've been running around a lot lately, and with the temperature change and everything, I feel like I'm having a bit of a head fog, a little bit of a headache, pressure headache from the weather change happening. So I want to take it nice and easy today, but I definitely will not be crocheting all day. So let's get started. Okay, I finished April's pattern, and look how absolutely adorable this guy is. There is so many bobbles on this pattern. Okay, you have to be willing to do some bobbles. You could always do like a single crochet row in between instead of every single row having bobbles in it like this one. This is beautiful. I love it so, so, so much. It is the perfect hedgehog, and you'd be surprised how many times people have come up to our booth and specifically asked if we had any hedgehogs, but like this guy is adorable. And I used some, I think it's Sweet Snuggles Light, well, Chenille Home Multi or something like that. For the little nose, I had a little bit left over in my scrap bin. I thought I'd give him the perfect little touch. And then we have some really bright blue hand painted eyes as well on here. Gorgeous. You can even see the sky through his eyes. So cute. I love him so much. He worked up surprisingly fast for how many bobbles this was, honestly. And the way you do the face and the little ears and just all the details in the pattern. April always does really good on her patterns, and it was really fun to do another one of her patterns, of course. Whenever we were on the retreat, she's the person whose capybara, which is Chappie the Cappy that she has. I did like, I think it was 6 of them in like fruit themed because it was so much fun and it was such an easy pattern. And that's when I tried Elise Fluto for the first time. So after I got my Elise Fluto, I knew I'm going to be doing more of April's patterns in the future, of course. So now we officially have a hedgehog as well. But he turned out so adorable. I really, 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 really love him. He's such a great size too, and everything obviously is always written well with her patterns, and April's just a sweet, amazing human. So go check out her channel over here, The Cozy Buckeye, or her Etsy shop as well as The Cozy Buckeye, and check her out on Instagram too. She posts all kinds of stuff all the time. And we love creators who support other creators. So April, I love your pattern. It's adorable. I hope you get to see this, and I hope that you love my patterns that we got to trade, but he is so cute. One thing I don't know is like if this pattern just felt like it went by so fast because I just did that huge project, and so like anything compared to that feels like you're getting a lot more done, but I feel like I blew through this and it makes me want to just start the next project and get going. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab some Parfait Chunky and get this tiny little keychain tester call out of my way, and then I'm going to move on to some more fun things. hopefully with some more Elise Faludo. I have a really fun color palette picked out over here. I won't show you too much of it yet, but I have a really fun color palette picked out for the next project, so hopefully we can get to that here shortly. But I gotta get this little Animal Crossing keychain first, so I'm probably gonna get some lunch here soon, and then we'll start on that, and I'll take some pictures and we'll wrap this thing up. Okay guys, it's been a few days. There's gonna be some B-roll probably thrown in there. I got a lot done. You guys saw the big strawberry dinosaur that we got done. That was really, really fun. And then after that, of course, I did the hedgehog, Haze the Hedgehog, again by April with the Cozy Bug guy. So much fun. I loved this guy, and it's an Elise Fluto, so he's so soft. He's so silky soft. I love him. And then after that, I already had my Elise Fluto out. I was trying to find something fun to do. And then I was like, I want to make some kind of fancy turtle, right? And I don't have a lot of fancy turtles out there yet, but I have a big list of some that I'm trying to get through. Like, I just released my hibiscus turtle pattern. And then I started working on my next idea that I have kind of had my eye on. So I worked on this. This is, again, a first draft, nothing official yet or anything like that. But let me know if you like it down in the comments below, okay? But I made an ice cream sundae turtle yesterday. He is adorable. He's got his little syrup on the top and a little cherry on there. And then, of course, this dark brown color is the same color I already had out for the hedgehog, and I used all of it between the hedgehog's bobble stitches and this turtle. It's all gone except for like maybe a yard left, so it's a lot of yarn. But I got this done. I had some hand painted safety eyes that I painted that are kind of opally. I thought it would pull in the red, the white, the browns, and everything, and keep things a little neutral so it didn't take away from it. But it's just adorable. It's like this perfect little ice cream scoop in a little cup, and it's got the little rim at the bottom. I really, really, really like this, and I had talked about this in one of my past videos. I think it was the last one actually, that I really liked to embroider like the little drizzle on the chocolate dipped strawberries. So I was like, I'm not even gonna worry about trying to figure out how to put that in the round. I just want to honestly embroider it on top, and that way people can embroider sprinkles if they want to, or the drizzle, or any of those details and stuff. I could include that in the pattern as well to make it an option. So that'll also be really, really fun to type up and figure out how to put all of those details into the pattern. But yeah, again, just let me know how you feel about this guy. I feel like I need to make a few more, maybe like a little mint chocolate chip, and maybe a chocolate ice cream with like a blue little cup instead, and different colors between the cherries and this, and some with sprinkles and stuff. I think it'd be really cute to have a table full of a bunch of little turtle sundaes like sitting out on our table. So I'm going to be working on those coming up soon. So like I said, let me know if you liked this, but I got this guy done. And then I have a scrap basket, and it's just a nice big size basket. You've probably seen it in the background of my videos and stuff, and I usually pull a little bit of yarn out of there to work on my minis and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna work on some of that stuff, some of that yarn, to try to get rid of it because it's starting to get really full in that bin, especially after I took out all of my Sweet Snuggles yarn and trying to sell that, and I put all my lace veluto in here, and I've gotten more cotton yarns lately to make some more of the t-shirt ponchos that you saw at the beginning of the video. So I just have a lot more little scraps and stuff that I kind of condensed to my scrap bin. So I'm going to try to work through a lot of those to get through a lot of my minis that I need to get done, because I would like to make $5 minis and $8 minis. So I think this is totally doable, but it's gonna require some work. So I got out this yarn and I found this really cute little free chicken pattern over on Instagram. So I started working on these. So I got 2 of these little guys done, and these were so fast. They were super duper quick, and I just thought this color would be cute, a little variegated. And then I had a little bit of red gumdrop yarn that I used for the little combs on the top, and then a little piece of burlap scrap for the little beaks themselves. And then I went ahead and made 2 for the $5 bin. I made 1 with safety eyes, and I went back in and I embroidered eyes on this one. I wanted to have at least 1 baby safe one, especially if I'm already going to have the yarn out to embroider stuff or the beaks or any of that kind of stuff. It just makes sense to at least have 1 that has embroidered eyes. That way, if a little kid sees it, they can at least grab 1 of them. So those 2 will be going in the $5 bin. And then while I had that yarn out as well, I went back, and if you watched my last video, you know I made some mini kittens by My Universe 64. Love that cute little pattern, but I went back and I remade it with this yarn as well, and it's got some fuzzies on it. I need to handle that, but it worked up really cute. I put some really fun little green eyes on this guy, and I did the embroidery on this while I had the black yarn out for those eyes as well. And it just has the cutest little pointed ears. It's just a little black and white, you know, kind of mixed cat, and I just love it so much. It turned out really adorable. So I have another mini cat as well for my next market, because these do really sell well. Cats do in general, so whether it's loaf cats or the mini ones, they usually sell really well for us. And then, as you heard me talking about, I did have a little pattern test, so I went ahead and I got this done today. Well, actually it was yesterday, but I went ahead and took pictures and sent them in and everything. Eli Yarn Arts over on Instagram has this pattern that they're going to be releasing, and it's going to come in a pack of 5. It's the Animal Crossing leaf. It'll have the leaf, the music buddies, the fossils, the present balloon, and the money bag. So there's like 5 little keychains in her little bundle that she's going to be releasing as well. So I think this is super fun, and the pattern was super easy, and it just worked up really quickly, and a nice little size, I feel like, for a keychain. So this was a fun one that I got to also add to my keychain list. And then while I was, you know, thinking about Animal Crossing and just more of like anime stuff and gaming stuff and all of these things, I thought about making some Soot Sprites, because I had made some Junimo keychains. Well, I made 1, I should say, but I wanted to make some Soot Sprite keychains or something for the next market. And I looked and looked and looked for a free pattern that was what I was looking for, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I just went ahead and I wrote one up really quickly, and I typed it all up, and I have some people testing it. So I'm going to release this pattern for free coming up very soon. I don't know the exact day yet, because I want to make sure that I give a chance to the few people that I reached out to test it really fast, just in case, and give me some pictures too, so I can give them some credit. So I went ahead and I made a few of these little guys. This one has little wonky eyes, and these just has normal eyes, but it has a little star on top of it and some fun colors. So I made 2 that are going to go in probably the $8 bin, since I did have to sew on the little stars, and they do have safety eyes on them as well. So these will probably go into the $8 mini bin. And then these 2 guys, same way, made them the same exact way and everything. I just put them on keychains because I thought it'd be fun to have some keychain versions, slash little bag charms that you could put on like your little tote bags or whatever. But these guys are adorable, and I love how these turned out. So these are going to be testing and should be done very soon. Again, it's all in one piece, except you sew the little star on the top, just because it was easier than trying to write how to make it and then instantly like attach it into the top of it while you were working. And I just wanted to keep it beginner friendly, since it's just a free pattern anyway. So this way you can also sew it on however you want to. You could kind of you know, make the arms a little bit longer or the way that they are and have them holding the little star in the front or in a hand or wherever you want really. So that way it's a little bit more customizable too. That way you can make it how you want to. So I did make 4 of them total, and I definitely want to make more of them. I still have the yarn out for it even. It's a great use of some of my Parfait Chunky scraps too. And as you know, I've been using the Minikins yarn a lot, and that I ended up with a lot of white from those little mini skeins. And so that's been perfect for these bobble stitches as well, just getting some of that out of the way as well. And then last but definitely not least, while I was cleaning up my office and everything, I cleaned up all my yarn and I organized all my cotton yarns. I cleared up a bunch of project bags and stuff, and I got a lot of my desk back and freed up and dusted and wiped down, and it just feels really good to be all clean again. But while I was doing all of that, I did find a small bag that had some cotton yarns in it from last year, which is crazy. I can't believe I didn't even see these in the bottom of the bag. But I had these yarns that I had taken with me to, I believe it was vacation last year, and I made some little fruit keychains that I wanted to put onto keychains. Well, I made the little fruits and everything, but I never went back and put them onto keychains, so I went ahead and did that so I can mark them off on my project tracker list as well. So I will show you those really fast. I do have a little strawberry, and again, I have no pattern, no clue what pattern this is from. I think I might have just freehanded it, honestly, because I couldn't find anything in my notebook about it, nothing. But I definitely made these last year on vacation, and so these will be cute for the markets as well, to have a couple little fruit bag charms as well. So I did put those on keychains, so I'm going to mark those off on my market prep list as well. So I filled out my project tracker and everything, and with all of the keychains that we got done this week, the minis that we got done, the hedgehog, the turtle, and the big dragon and everything, we got 16% of our inventory goal done already, which is insane. That's awesome. I have a lot of minis and a lot of keychains still to make. We have a total of 23 total now, because we did make some last week that I counted towards this goal, because I knew I wanted to make 50 total. So I did include those from last week, but otherwise everything else moving forwards will be from this week. But we have half of our keychains already done between all of these that we just made. Like, there is so many here, which is really awesome. So I can't believe we got so much done this week. It was a great week. We tried some new patterns. We tried to make some of our own patterns as well, which is really fun. So let me know down below which one was your favorite. And let me know if you'd be excited for this little free pattern or the turtle pattern, because I think they're both very adorable, especially this little turtle. I love this guy. So it will be so much fun making some more of these in the future. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions for me, leave them down below, and if you need me, you know where to find me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!